So it's spring in New York, the year 2000, and you couldn't imagine a more beautiful spring weekend. Blue skies, flowers blooming, absolutely perfect for a wedding. My fiance Brendan and I have been living in New York ever since we graduated from business school and got engaged. And when we thought about where to have our wedding, we thought either my hometown in Texas or his hometown in Michigan, but really, where can you throw a great party? New York City. So we picked a beautiful church on Fifth Avenue, just blocks away from our apartment in Greenwich Village, and a beautiful reception hall on 14th Street with views of the Empire State Building on one side and the Twin Towers on the other. Now, I don't consider myself a bridezilla, but I'm definitely a planner. And the night that we got engaged, I stayed up until the wee hours building a database of the guest list. And I also picked every little detail of the wedding, from my pink rose bouquet to the silver blue dresses that the bridesmaids would wear, together with their matching shoes. So a year of planning has gone by, and the big day is here. I'm already staying at the hotel in New York where all of our guests will be staying for the weekend. And I wake up that morning super excited, and all of the planning that we've done, everything is gonna go perfectly, right? So I get my first clue. There may be a few hiccups when my mother fails to show up in my room at 10 a.m. for the nail appointment that I reminded her about at least 5 times the day before. This is the day of my wedding. Where is she? So I start to worry, where is my mom? Is she lost in the big city? But I put that out of my mind, go down to breakfast, try to track her down. I have to add, this is the day before cell phones, so there's like no way to just find her. You're calling the room over and over again, no answer. I go down to breakfast, and I see my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Darcy, who is wearing a brand new tourist outfit, complete with the I Love New York t-shirt. Oh, wow, she's really getting into the spirit, and I compliment her. And she says, oh, thanks, and she kind of mumbles something and makes an excuse to go back to her room. Is she avoiding me already? I mean, we're not even sisters-in-law yet. I start to worry maybe she's feeling a little awkward because we've only met a few times before I asked her to be in the wedding party. But in any case, at that point, my mom finally shows up, hour and a half late. Turns out that she decided that was a great morning to do some shopping in New York. But at this point, there's no time to do our nails because the dress is coming and the hair and the makeup people are on the way. So we're gonna have to call her cousin, Carla, to come to the room and do the nails for us. That's fine, problem solved. Next thing we do is head to Washington Square Park to take some photos with the wedding party before the ceremony. And all is going well until we get out of the limo and I look over at my friend Amy, who's one of my best friends from high school and one of my bridesmaids. And she takes a step and I realize she's wearing some very strange black clunky loafers with her beautiful blue silver bridesmaid dress that I very carefully chose. And I kind of look at her quizzically and she says, oh, don't worry, the shoes are just a little tight. It's okay, I'll put them on for the ceremony. So I think, okay, this is gonna look really strange in the photos. But at that point, Brendan shows up and I get to see him for the first time in his tux, and I'm so happy that I forget all about the black shoes and we just go and take the photos and have a lovely time. So then it's time to head to the church. And we go up to the church. Amy finally takes out her tote bag and pulls out her blue silver shoes that match all the dresses, puts them on, takes a couple steps, and something is off that I can't quite put my finger on. And I realize she's wearing 2 left shoes. And I look at the shoes, I look at Amy, and I say, is everything okay? She said, I'm so sorry. I didn't open the box when it was delivered. I didn't check it until just this morning before we were heading out to take the photographs. So I'll still wear them. I can walk up the aisle. It's no problem. That is a true friend. She gamely put on the shoes, walked all the way up the aisle, stood there for a good 45-minute ceremony, walked all the way back down what probably felt like a really long aisle at that point, in 2 left shoes. So it was a beautiful fairy tale wedding. Brendan and I, after we said I do, walked around the block in New York, and we were congratulated by New Yorkers who were clapping for us, honking their horns, banging on pots and pans in the local restaurants. I even had a Frenchman try to give me a kiss in the middle of Fifth Avenue. And we made our way to the reception where we were greeted by all our friends and family. And I finally got to catch up with Darcy, who's now my actual sister-in-law. And she gives me a big smile and a big hug and says, I didn't want to stress you out, but up until an hour before the photographs, I had no bridesmaid dress. Our luggage was lost. I was calling the airlines all morning, and it showed up just in time. But I didn't want to stress you out on your big day. So, moral of the story is, I felt so loved that day, not only by Brendan, but all the friends and family that showed up to support us and to make our day really special. And it was the best party I've ever been to, it still is, because we felt so loved and we danced the night away, including Amy in her black, chunky loafers. Thank you.